All right, Shalom. First and foremost, all praises, honor, and glory be unto Yahweh, Bahashem Yahweh Shai, Bahashem Rakakwadash. Double honors to the elders and the apostles at GMS Great Millstone that rule well, and peace, love, and salutations to the elect that puts in this truth and sincerity. Salakia. I'm going to go ahead and continue on the series about the brotherhood. All right, this beautiful network of this brotherhood, of this body that Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai has set up. All right, and how these men are to operate. All right, going all the way back to the book of Genesis, man, these original spirits that Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai had chosen and created to help create the universe, man. And it's just beautiful to see how this timeline lays out, within the world, okay, within this movie that Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai has created, man. Because, just like you have the seasons, okay, you got the spring, winter, summer, and fall. All right, is really basically how this story maps out, man. Because you got the creation, okay, and right now we're at a time of fall. All right, we're at a time of death, man. And then you have this winter coming up. All right, this time of winter is death, sorrow, despair. All right, but once this winter's over, all right, then the spring comes in, man. Life is restored to the planet Earth. Life is restored to the universe. Okay, and the multiplying of seeds. All right, there's a time and a season to all things. Okay, and this is what we have going on. And just like Yahweh used the elect for that creation, all right, those same spirits, along with Yahweh Shai, are going to rule the universe. Okay, and this is that brotherhood. All right, this is that body, that governing body over the 12 tribes. Now, I want to just prove that point real quick out of the book of 2nd Esdras, the 6th chapter. And let's see, we'll start up here at verse 1. And it says, "And he said unto me, in the beginning, when the earth was made, before the borders of the world stood, or ever the first winds blew." All right, all these creations, all these things, before any of these happened, all right, Yahweh gave the commandment. Okay, he gave the commandment and created Yahweh Shai. All right, if you're a king and you're at any place of high stature, you're not going to do your own work, man. All right, that's the same with the Heavenly Father. He created Yahweh Shai, which in turn created the elect, which in turn created all things. All right. And, Salakia for kind of taking a few steps back, but, I want to kind of hit the structure, so to speak, to get the complete understanding, all right, to hit the surroundings of this body, man, how deep and deep rooted this brotherhood goes, all right, this governing body goes, all right. I'm going to go ahead and skip a few verses. Brothers could read it, if they want to, but I want to hit the main point. Let's see on verse 5. It says, "And ere the present years were sought out," it says, "and or ever the inventions of them that now sin were turned, before they were sealed that have gathered faith for a treasure." Okay, so these elect, all right, it says, the inventions of them that now sin were turned. Okay, so these elect members, man, are now living in the world, all right, but they were sealed. All right, when you go into the book of Ephesians, it tells you that the elect were sealed from the foundation of the earth. From before the creation, the elect were chosen and sealed. Okay. And telling you right here, now they're in a place of sin. Now they're in a place of this fall, okay, this season of fall. All right, but soon they're going to receive their glory, man. This governing body is going to be set back up, okay? And this is before they were sealed, that were gathered faith for a treasure. Okay, because though it was written that they would be sealed, this didn't actually physically come to pass. This prophecy didn't come to pass. Okay, but that's just a quick example to show how when all things were created, man, that word Elohim means powers. Okay, when you read the book of Genesis. And those powers were the elect in Yahweh Shai, underneath Yahweh. All right. And, I've done many breakdowns on the elect being those joint heirs with Yahweh Shai, but we'll go ahead and grab one real quick since we're speaking on it. This is Romans 8, and let's see. Verse 17. It says, and if children, then heirs, heirs of Yahweh, and joint heirs with Yahweh Shai. If so be that we suffer with him, that we may also be glorified with him. So the elect in Yahweh Shai, man, they're going to be that governing body over the kingdom of heaven. Okay, over the planet Earth. All right, now let's go ahead. Let's jump back into the brotherhood to see, continue going in on how these. Look, man, they added these other books to the King James 1611, man, on these apps. Just to further, just like the scripture says, man, if the times were prolonged, even the elect would be sifted. They would be deceived. All right, but let's go ahead and jump back into the book of Ecclesiasticus, chapter 28, because like I was saying, this governing body, man, we need to learn how to operate ourselves as kings, as rulers, all right, as men, all right, because what does it mean to be a man? What's the whole duty of man, according to the book of Ecclesiastes? It's to serve Yahweh, okay, in fear and trembling, all right? So that's what makes a man, all right? And part of doing so is knowing how to treat one another. All right, because this ain't no group of, common peon friends at the workplace, man. We're a group of potential members of the elect, potential rulers over the planet Earth. All right. Salaki for kind of making that turn. Like I said, I just wanted to cover the whole spectrum before continuing. It says, Sirach 28:2 is where we left off last time. It says, forgive thy neighbor that hurt the hurt that he hath done unto thee. Right, so when a brother causes a hurt to you, man, you don't need to be getting all caught up into your emotions. Okay? Forgive him. All right, just like I brought that point last time, man, in the Lord's Prayer out of Matthew, the 6th chapter. What does it say? Let's go ahead and grab it real quick. Matthew 6, and it's around verse 7. It says, let's see. Verse 9, it says, after this manner, therefore pray ye, our Father which art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come, thy will be done on earth as it is in heaven. All right, now verse 12, it says, and forgive us our debts and forgive our debtors. Okay, forgive us our debts and forgive our debtors. Okay, verse 14. For if ye forgive men their trespasses, your heavenly Father will also forgive you. We got to remember mercy. All right. Verse 15. But if ye forgive not men their trespasses, neither will your Father forgive you your trespasses. All right. So don't be a hypocrite. All right. Like it goes on in verse 16. All right. Speaking on those hypocrites, man. Don't be a hypocrite. All right, we're seeking mercy from Yahweh B'Shem Yahweh Shai, so therefore you need to be willing to give mercy. It's just that simple, man. All right, so Sirach 28:2, forgive thy neighbor the hurt that he hath done unto thee, so shall thy sins also be forgiven when thou prayest. It says, verse 3, one man beareth hatred against another, and doeth he seek pardon from Yahweh. Right, so if a man has some kind of hatred, all right, which, usually those offenses, they come from the flesh, man. They don't come from the spirit. They come from the flesh. All right. That man seeks to be pardoned from Yahweh. I mean, me, myself, I bear witness to it, man. I'll bear testimony to it. Might be in a room and a brother burps, and for some reason your flesh gets offended, man. You got a goddamn demon on you. So you start praying, seeking to be pardoned from Yahweh, because you know that you're being wicked. Verse 4, he showeth no mercy to a man which is like himself, and doeth he ask forgiveness of his own sins. Right, showing you the works of the hypocrite, man. Dude will show no mercy to anybody, but then he seeks mercy for himself. Verse 5, it says, if he that is but flesh nourisheth hatred, who will entreat for pardon of his sins? Right, like I said, man, it's your flesh that gets offended. All right, and if you by that flesh you nourish hatred, who's gonna entreat for your pardon of sins, man? Because who's our mediator? Who speaks on our behalf? Let's go ahead and grab that again out of Romans. It's that same chapter, through the Spirit, chapter 8. Let's see, chapter 8 and I believe it's this verse 26. It's locked here. Just 1 second. Let me make sure I got the right one. This is verse 34. That's what I wanted to catch. It says, who is he that condemneth? It is Hamashiach that died. Yeah, rather that he is risen again. Right, so he ain't dead, man. He's alive. He's in the spiritual realm. All right, having received glory. Okay, sitting on the right of Yahweh. Okay, and that's that glory that the elect, they're going to receive that same glory, man, in the kingdom. Right, of course, it tells you in the book of the Apocrypha that Yahweh Shai will still stand taller than the elect, of course. But going on, it says, who is even at the right hand of Yahweh, who also maketh intercession for us. Right, Yahweh Shai makes that intercession. Okay, speaking on the behalf of the elect. Okay, so let me go ahead and jump back. I think we're on verse 5. It says, if he that is but flesh nourisheth hatred, who will entreat pardon for his sins? Because Yahweh Shai is that one that's entreating pardon for the sins of the elect, man. All right, so if you're entreating hatred, which Yahweh Shai showed us the complete opposite of that, going to the book of John, what did he say? There's no better love that a man could show for his friend than that he would die for him. And that's what Yahweh Shai did, man. That's what we got to be willing to do. All right, pick up that cross and lay down your flesh, man, for the brotherhood, man, for the elect. All right, that's really who this is all for, is the elect. You could stand out there and cut every Edomite under the sun. And that don't mean we're going to be saved, man. It's when the elect, the 144,000, are quickened. All right, that we're going to be delivered. Going back to the book of Revelation, the 7th chapter. All right, it says, verse 6, remember thy end and let enmity cease. Remember corruption and death and abide in the commandments. Okay, abide in the commandments, because what is the law? All right, these words that are written, man, this shows us how to operate, how to be judges. Okay, we judge off of the commandments. All right, remember thy end. What's our end? All right, to be glorified in Yahweh Shai. That's what we want, man. Let enmity cease. Right, that what is enmity? Wanting to see harm within your mind to a brother. All right, having wicked intentions, having wicked thoughts. All right, it says remember corruption and death. Right, remember the corruption and death that happens within our flesh. So we got to receive these new bodies, man. We just ain't right. All right, even though we're quickened, we're in the spirit, we still sometimes, man, your flesh creeps up upon you. Or we're raised in different ways. Learn to be offended, man, especially here in America. It's very easily to be offended in America, man. Someone says something wrong to you that isn't even it's not even wrong words, but they say it in a certain way that it just rubs you the wrong way, just pisses you off. That's something that happens all the time here in America, man. So you got people come out of here from out of the country and they won't even be meaning to offend anybody, but they'll just say it a certain way that it'll sound offensive. Okay, it'll just sound wrong in your mind, but they may not have pushed it that way. All right, so a lot of us, man, all of us have been brought up in emotions and all kind of different foolishness, man. We just gotta beat that down. All right, our inward man be renewed day by day. Go ahead and grab Romans 12:1. It says, I beseech you, therefore, brethren, by the mercies of Yahweh, that ye present your bodies as a living sacrifice, wholly acceptable unto Yahweh, which is your reasonable service. Right? That's our reasonable service. All right, to present our bodies as a living sacrifice. All right, laying down our lives for Yahweh B'Shem Yahushai. All right, and the elect. Verse 2, it says, and be not conformed to this world, but be ye transformed by the renewing of your mind. Right, renewing of our mind, because we were brought up in all sorts of emotional ways. All right, following your heart. All right, a lot of us were raised without a father, man. So we were brought up in all kind of different ways, man, other than underneath Yahweh B'Shem Yahushai. Okay, so that's why we have to have a renewing of our mind. All right, showing you, man, Christianity ain't shit. All right, because most of these Christians, man, they were brought up in Christianity. They were raised in Christianity. Okay, we weren't raised being Hebrew Israelites, man. This is new. It's prophesied that this truth will come out in the last days, and then the elect would be quickened, and then we'd get the fuck out of this place, man. All right, just that simple. 2 + 2 = 4, man. All right, so now we're being transformed, the renewing of our mind. Our mind are being renewed because we've been brought up in wicked lifestyles. All right, and that's why we got to go through these things. We got to go through the understanding of the laws. We got to go through the understanding of the ancient times, man, because that's what we're going to be entering into. All right, in the kingdom, the earth is going to be reset, man. We're going to be brought back into those same old ways. And that's why a lot of these niggas, man, they jump up against the rape doctrine. They jump up against the RFID chip. All right, these things that just make them emotional. They just start going crazy, and then they start trying to gather people that are in the world, all right, whose minds are westernized, and trying to get them to gather up against us. Ain't nobody saying that you got to go raping people. All right, obviously that ain't the case, man. We were just simply reading the law. Okay, and there's a law around the rape doctrine. Okay, there's a law about rape. Okay, and one of the forms of that rape, the woman or the man could receive mercy. Okay, and the other form is just death. Okay, so I mean it's just simple to get, man. But with your westernized minds that are conformed to this world, right, and be not conformed to this world, that are conformed to this world, you just can't receive it, man. All right, so that's why there has to be a renewing of your mind. That's where the water baptism goes back to a spiritual symbolic thing, man. That you're being washed, you're being a new man, you're walking in the newness of life. Your mind has been renewed, and you're starting to learn new things. You're starting to retain that oil. Okay. Now going on, verse 2, finishing it off, it says that ye may prove what is that good and acceptable and perfect will of Yahweh. Right, man, we're out here for the will of Yahweh, to perform that which is good, acceptable, and perfect. All right. So we deal with what's written, man. We deal with what is. We don't deal with no emotions. We don't deal with the way you feel, the way your mama taught you. And we deal with what is. All right. Which all goes back to these laws, statutes, and commandments, and the understanding of them, man. This is they're the structure of this thing, man. All right, the base breakdown of it, I guess, for lack of better words. Let's see. God, now verse 7, it says, this is Ecclesiasticus 28:7. It says, remember the commandments and bear no malice to thy neighbor. Right? Bear no malice. Having wicked intentions, wicked thoughts, okay? Enmity and malice, okay? Like, don't bear no malice towards your brethren, man, towards the elect. It says, remember the covenant of the highest. And if you remember the last lesson that I did breaking down who your neighbor is, you don't know who the elect is, man. So therefore, you gotta treat all men, all right, the way you want to be treated. And the way when they start bucking up against you, man, then the cuts come out. That's fine. All right, but you don't need to just go jumping on everybody you see because they ain't wearing a garment or they ain't wearing fringes or whatever the case might be. All right, you don't know who the elect is, man. John the Baptist. All right, he wore a camel's hide for a garment. That's an unclean animal. All right, so you walking in the ancient world, you see somebody with an unclean animal, you start jumping on him. All right, not knowing that man's a member of the elect. All right, so just keep that in mind as well. Let's see, where were we? Going back down to verse 7, finishing it off. It says, remember the covenant of the highest, right, of Yahweh, and wink at ignorance. Right. Remember the covenant of Yahweh by Shem Yahushai. All right, keep yourself from that ignorant state. Verse 8, it says, abstain from strife. Right, what's that mean? Don't be trying to stir up no strife. All right, within the brotherhood. All right, within the body. Okay, even when you operate in the world, you shouldn't be trying to seek to sow strife, man. That's something that Esau does. All right, what is the one of the functions of the serpent? All right, the phrase snake in the grass. All right, they lure you in and then they bite your ass, man. Having no mercy. All right, they lure you, you're deceived. Okay, that's Esau's perfection, man. It says, and thou shalt diminish thy sins, for a furious man will kindle strife. Right? A furious man will kindle strife. But if you abstain from strife, you'll diminish your sins. All right, verse 9. A sinful man disquieteth friends, and maketh debate among them that be at peace. Right? A sinful man. He'll disquiet friends, meaning making them rowdy, loud, and starts a debate. All right, around vanity. Okay, these brothers are at peace with you, but you're starting up a debate over simple ass things, man. Oh well, I think we should talk about the tribe of Dan. It ain't got nothing to do with salvation, man. All right, the brothers are at peace with you, man. We're one body. You don't need to be bringing in all those sorts of weird things, man, into the doctrine. All right, and there's a proper way to go about it. You think you found some kind of revelation or breakdown, it goes up through the chain of command. All right, you let the higher up brothers know. All right, they'll bring it up to the head of camp, bring it all the way up to the apostles if need be, man. All right, verse 10. And that same thing got me one time, man. Started, young in the truth, you start hearing people talking about different things. You start kind of studying on it, and then, you get caught up in your flesh, searching into all sorts of weird manner of things. All right, which, it's okay to take in, different things, man, but you got to know to take in the meat and spit out the bone. All right, like Yahushua said in Matthew, I believe it was, the 25th chapter. All right, it doesn't matter what goes into the man, but what comes out that defiles you. Okay, you want to take in the book. Look at all these stupid books on the bottom here, man. You want to take in the book of Enoch? That's fine, but don't let that thing defile you, man. Don't act upon it. All right, don't let the things that come out, all right, be what you learn from the book of Enoch. All right, because I'll tell you right now, firsthand, man, that book tells you that Moses was a rosy-cheeked cracker, man. We know that ain't true. How the hell did he perform the miracle of his arm becoming white, of his bosom becoming white, man? It says, going on, verse 10, It says, as the matter of the fire is, so it burneth. And as a man's strength is, so is his wrath. And according to his riches, his anger riseth. Right? So, according to his riches, so his anger riseth. All right? That's why, you're in a place where, you might be receiving some money or whatever the case might be, man. Stay in the spirit. Pray. Okay? Pray for righteous discernment. All right? This is something we